The flower that blooms in autumn is not late. It is perfectly timed for the season of its own becoming. And that is the thought for today. Welcome to 7 Good Minutes. I'm Clyde Lee Dennis. Thanks for joining me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. In today's episode of 7 Good Minutes, we talk about you are not behind, you're becoming. Enjoy. There's a voice that whispers to many of us, especially in the quiet moments when we compare our lives to others. It tells us we're behind schedule, that we've missed our window, that everyone else figured it out while we were still searching. But what if that voice has been telling you the wrong story all along? By the end of this episode, you'll understand why the feeling of being behind is often a misunderstanding of your own unique journey. And you'll discover how to reframe your timeline as a process of becoming rather than a race to catch up. Look around you, and it's easy to feel like you're running late to your own life. Social media shows you highlight reels of others' achievements. Friends seem to have their careers mapped out while you're still exploring. Colleagues appear confident in choices that still feel uncertain to you. The world seems to move at a pace that leaves you feeling breathless, wondering if you've somehow fallen behind. But here's a truth that can change everything. You are not behind. You are becoming. These two perspectives might seem similar, but they create entirely different experiences of your life. When you believe you're behind, every day feels like you're trying to catch up to some invisible standard. When you understand you're becoming, every day feels like progress toward who you're meant to be. The idea that there's a universal timeline for life is one of the most limiting beliefs we carry. It suggests that everyone should reach certain milestones at the same age, in the same order, with the same level of certainty. But life doesn't work that way. Your journey is not a standardized test with predetermined answers and strict time limits. Think about the most meaningful growth you've experienced in your life. Did it happen according to a schedule? Did it arrive when you expected it? Or did it unfold in its own time, often through experiences you didn't plan for? The most profound transformations rarely follow our timelines. They follow life's deeper wisdom about what we need and when we're ready to receive it. When you shift from thinking you're behind to understanding you're becoming, something beautiful happens. You stop measuring your progress against others and start measuring it against who you were yesterday. You stop rushing towards some finish line and start appreciating the richness of the journey itself. Consider the difference in how these perspectives feel in your body. The belief that you're behind creates tension, anxiety, and a sense of urgency that rarely leads to wise decisions. The understanding that you're becoming creates curiosity, patience, and a sense of trust in your own unfolding process. Your so-called delays might actually be preparations. Your detours might be leading you to discoveries you never would have made on the straight path. Your uncertainties might be creating space for possibilities you haven't even imagined yet. What looks like being behind might actually be the perfect timing for your particular story. Every person who has ever lived a meaningful life has felt behind at some point. They've questioned their choices, wondered if they were on the right path, and compared their inside experience to others' outside appearances. But the ones who created something beautiful with their lives learned to trust their own timing. You are not behind because there is no universal schedule for becoming who you're meant to be. You are not late because your life is not a train that leaves the station at predetermined times. You are exactly where you need to be, to learn what you need to learn, to grow in the ways you need to grow, and to become who you're meant to become. This doesn't mean you should be passive about your growth or complacent about your goals. It means you can pursue your dreams with intention, while also trusting that your journey will unfold in its own perfect timing. You can work toward your vision while also appreciating where you are right now. The next time that voice tells you you're behind, pause and ask yourself, behind what exactly? Behind some arbitrary timeline that doesn't account for your unique circumstances, challenges, and gifts. Behind a schedule that assumes everyone should want the same things at the same times. Instead, try asking, what am I becoming? What is this experience teaching me? How is this moment, even if it feels uncertain or delayed, contributing to my growth? These questions shift you from the anxiety of being behind to the curiosity of becoming. Your life is not a race where you can fall behind. It's a garden where things grow in their own seasons, at their own pace, in their own beautiful way. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be, becoming exactly who you're meant to become. That does it for today's episode of 7 Good Minutes. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on the platform you're listening on. Until next time, let's be civil to one another out there. Thanks for listening.